Have you ever felt completely exhausted from trying to explain your kindness to someone who is determined to misunderstand your every word and your pure intention? We spend so much of our youth building bridges of words, trying to reach those who have already decided to stay on the other side of resentment. We forget that some hearts are simply locked from the inside. No matter how loud you knock or how clearly you speak, they choose not to hear. The digital world demands constant explanation, a relentless cycle of defending our character to people who barely know the weight of our real-life struggles and journeys. Real maturity does not begin when you win a heated argument or prove your point. It starts when you realize you no longer need to be understood. There is a profound power in recognizing that you don't owe everyone an explanation for who you are, especially those who have no intention of listening. When you stop trying to justify your existence, you find a silence that is not empty, but full of the strength you once wasted on others. This is the moment of transition, the shift from a soul that seeks external validation to one that finds peace within its own quiet, steady truth. You begin to see that your energy is a finite resource. Every word spent on a closed mind is a drop of life force you lose forever. True growth is the quietest revolution. It is the decision to walk away from the noise and embrace the solitude that protects your mental well-being. So we enter the first stage of the most powerful turning point, the art of stopping. Stopping the noise, stopping the battle, and finally, stopping the explanation. Why do we fear the silence of not explaining? It is because we are deeply afraid of losing connection, even the toxic ones that drain our soul. We fear being labeled as arrogant, cold, or even guilty. We think that by explaining, we can control how others perceive our heart and our actions. But attempting to change the perspective of someone who refuses to change is actually a subtle form of self-torture and a waste of your time. We hold onto the need for validation like a lifeline, not realizing that the lifeline itself is what is keeping us tied to the judgment of others. When you choose to stop explaining, you aren't just saving energy for your own life, you are starting to gather the scattered pieces of your soul. Every time you defend yourself to those who hate you, you give away a piece of your peace. Stop giving away your power so cheaply today. Validation is a trap. It makes your self-worth dependent on the opinions of people who might not even like themselves, let alone understand your complex journey. True self-worth is found in the quiet corners of your own heart, where no one else's opinion matters and your own truth is the only light. Think of all the hours wasted in mental rehearsals of arguments that never happened, or in drafting messages that were never truly heard by the recipient. Imagine that energy being returned to you. Imagine using that mental space to create, to heal, and to finally love the person you have become. The trap of validation is built on the lie that you are not enough unless everyone agrees that you are. It's time to break that cycle. Letting go of the need to explain is like dropping a heavy stone you've been carrying for miles. The relief is instant and deeply life-changing. You are reclaiming your narrative. You are deciding that your life story does not need a commentary section filled with the voices of those who doubt. This is the reclamation of your soul's fragments. You are coming back to center, coming back to the truth that your silence is actually your shield. Now we move into the art itself, the strategy of disappearing not out of weakness, but out of a profound and highly developed sense of self. Intellectual disappearance is not a cowardly escape. It is not ghosting out of pain or immaturity. It is a deliberate and very wise strategic choice. It is the realization that your presence is a precious gift, and not everyone in your life has earned the right or the privilege to receive it. When you disappear intellectually, you stop engaging in low-frequency vibrations. You stop fighting battles that offer no victory for your soul or your mind. This disappearance is a soft but unbreakable boundary. It is the wall of silence you build around your peace to keep the chaos of others out. You withdraw not because you have lost the fight, but because you have finally realized that the fight itself was never worth your precious time. In this space of disappearance, your internal life begins to bloom. Without the constant drain of social friction, your energy goes into your own growth. You become like a hidden garden. Only those who are willing to walk the long path of respect and understanding will ever find the gate again. Intellectual disappearance is a form of self-respect. It says, I value my peace more than I value your opinion of me. It is a quiet power. You are no longer a target for their projections. By removing yourself from the dialogue, you leave them with nothing but their own internal reflections. From this height, the noise below seems insignificant. You see the patterns of human behavior without being caught in the web of their emotional drama. This is the art of being unreachable while still being present. You are there, but your mind is anchored in a place they cannot touch. You learn to watch the world without reacting to it. Your silence becomes a mirror, reflecting the truth back to those who seek to disrupt you. There is a lightness in this disappearance. You are no longer anchored by the heavy chains of other people's expectations and their constant, unfair judgments. You are nurturing your own internal light. This is the intellectual disappearance that leads to the most beautiful and authentic version of your true self. You are becoming a curator of your own social circle. You choose who enters your mental space with the same care you would choose a book. Your internal compass is finally clear. No longer distracted by the magnetic pull of other people's drama, you can finally walk your own true path. The universe is vast, and so is your potential. Don't waste it in the narrow confines of an argument with someone who refuses to grow. You have found the power of the void. In this emptiness, you find the space to breathe, to think, and to exist without any external pressure. Now, we explore how this silence transforms from a mere strategy into the greatest power you will ever possess in your entire life journey. The moment you decide to remain silent in the face of a false accusation or a narrow judgment is the moment you take full control. You are no longer a victim of public opinion or social pressure. You have become the undisputed master and the sole ruler of your inner kingdom. Silence at this level is not an absence of sound. It is a presence of dignity. It is a fortress that no one can breach. You realize that the truth does not need to be shouted to be real. It stands on its own, firm and steady like the ancient earth. Closing the book on a toxic relationship or a pointless debate is an act of supreme self-love. You are saying, this chapter is finally over. You no longer need to have the last word. You are content with having the last thought, the one that keeps your heart safe and whole. Power is found in the simple, quiet moments of daily life, in the coffee you brew for yourself, and the plants you water with care. When you stop explaining, you have more time to nurture what actually grows. You invest in life, rather than wasting your time on dead arguments. This is the luxury of a mature soul, the ability to sit in a room alone and feel completely fulfilled, without needing anyone else's approval. Let time be your lawyer. Let your actions be your evidence. Let your character be your witness. You don't need to say a single word. You are like a lighthouse. You don't run around the shore looking for boats to save. You just stand there and shine your own light. Your pulse is your own. Your breath is your own. Your peace is your own. No one can take these away unless you allow them to. The clarity you find in silence is sharper than any argument you could ever win. It allows you to see the world as it truly is. You are a vital part of the universe. You don't need to justify your existence to anyone. Your very being is proof enough of your worth. Walk with your head high in the silence of your own truth. The path becomes clearer when you stop looking back at those who judge. The greatest victory is not over others, but over your own urge to be understood by them. That is where your true freedom begins today. You are sailing toward a new horizon, a place where words are fewer, but meanings are deeper, and peace is the constant wind in your sails. Keep your vision focused on your own growth. The noise of the world is just background music to the epic story you are quietly writing. We have reached the peak of our journey. Now, let us look at the final turning point, the moment of total and absolute inner liberation. For those of you who are tired, It is okay to stop. It is okay to let go of the heavy burden of explaining your soul. Allow yourself to disappear from the toxic cycles. Allow yourself to be the mystery that others cannot solve. And be perfectly okay with that. True maturity is not about having an answer for everything. It is about realizing that some things simply do not require an answer or a comment. You are transforming. Like the butterfly, you are leaving the cocoon of other people's expectations to fly in the vast sky of your own making. Welcome back to yourself. This is the home you have been searching for. The place where your own voice is the only one that truly matters. Every small step toward silence is a giant leap toward your own freedom. You are doing much better than you give yourself credit for today. Rest in this peace. Let it wash over you and heal the wounds left by years of trying to be understood by the wrong people around you. You are safe here, within the boundaries of your own silence. You are protected, you are valued, and you are finally, completely and beautifully free. Carry this silence with you like a treasure. It is the most powerful tool in your arsenal as you navigate the complexities of this modern world. The journey of maturity never truly ends. But today you have taken the most important step. You have chosen yourself over the noise of others. Welcome back to your true self, where peace is the only ruler. You have done incredibly well on this journey of quiet and powerful transformation today.